Republican Congressman David Jolly. Nancy Pelosi says the GOP effort to defund the president's immigration plan is risking security, that you effectively are risking security. What did you think of that?
Well, it's unfortunate she said that. Nancy Pelosi is being intellectually dishonest about this. The Congress has responsibly funded DHS. We will continue to do so. Ms. Pelosi took an oath, just like I did and every other member, to defend the office that we serve in Congress, the Article I office. She needs to be chastising the president for taking that authority away from the Congress every time he acts by executive order. Ms. Pelosi's comments were wrong.
You know, equating Homeland Security with an immigration measure is more than just a little apples and oranges, isn't it?
Well, it is. Look, she's basing that on the reference that the DHS appropriations bills funds much of our immigration and border security enforcement. But she's suggesting that somehow we're not funding those activities. It's simply wrong, it's dishonest, and it's misleading to the American people to take attention off of an issue that's very serious. The president, by executive amnesty, executive order, wants to grant temporary amnesty to 5 million people. That is a role of Congress to have that debate. We should have that debate. What we are simply doing in this DHS bill is attaching a provision saying, Mr. President, you can't rule by executive order. There's a Constitution that has to be abided by.
So when she says you're holding the funding for DHS hostage as a result, I think that was the gist of her sentiment. What do you say?
What we are going to do is pass a responsible DHS bill that funds the Coast Guard, TSA, Customs and Border Patrol, FEMA. It will fund all of those activities, but it will include a provision that says none of the funds provided to the administration may be used to carry out the executive amnesty order that the president issued. I hope the president will agree with that. I doubt he will, but we intend to put that on his desk very early, as we promised just 6 weeks ago. This is a Congress honoring a promise it made to the American people and reflecting the will of the people as we saw the ballot box in November.
Do you think, though, Democrats are going to seize on what happened in Paris last week as a game changer, and that almost every piece of legislation that either you block or funding that Republicans try to slow will be deemed a national threat?
So the first thing we have to do as a Congress is be responsible. I would never support shutting down a department, nor should we. That should be off the table entirely. The Democrats know that. Listen, if the Democrats want to talk about how we protect our border and protect our nation, let's have that conversation, because I believe Republicans are on the right side of the issue. We are one nation when it comes to security, and frankly, we are one world fighting a very aggressive enemy in ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and other groups that we see carrying out atrocities in Paris. The American spirit and our hearts are with the people of Paris. Democrats shouldn't play politics with that.
Do you think those comments, coming as they did the very day Republican leaders and Democratic leaders are gathering, at the White House with the president, did they damage that spirit?
I think they have. This is a test for how Congress and the president are going to be able to work together. I think the Democrats in the House know they don't have the votes. They're on the losing side of this issue with the American people, and so they are throwing anything they can and see what will stick. Here's the important thing. Republicans are on the side of the American worker and, frankly, those who immigrate here legally, those who come here and create businesses, employ people. We need to focus on how we encourage and incentivize and reward those who come here legally, contribute. There's a doctor, Neil, that was treating my father around the time of the president's executive order. And he said to me, what's in it for me? I immigrated here. I went to school here. I had children here. They are citizens. I am not. I've been here over 15 years. I'm a physician. Why am I not receiving any encouragement to continue to do what's right when the president is trying to give amnesty to those who have broken our law? The Democrats are on the wrong side of this issue. Nancy Pelosi says things like that because they know so and they want to distract.
Congressman, thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Always good to see you.
Same here. Meanwhile, French